Hi. So here we are, the last essay of the summer. Post-Modernism, Post-Colonialism, essay prompt. So as normal, it says choose one of the following topics and construct an argumentative essay based on research and your own close reading of the primary text. So your first question could be this. What is Samuel Beckett's play, Waiting for Godot, saying about human suffering? What is it saying about possible salvation? Okay, so I don't know if you're familiar yet with Waiting for Godot. If you haven't read it yet, you're in for quite a treat. Well, look at that issue. Suffering and salvation. In many ways, it's pretty fundamental to the human condition. Both sides of that coin, if you will. The second question. Pick one of the characters from Zadie Smith's short story, The Waiter's Wife, and examine how he or she responds to the experience of being an immigrant in London. You may consider issues such as language, dress, manners, money, status, marital/romantic expectations, cultural assimilation and/or isolation, or any other issue that can help explore the immigrant experience. So, Zadie Smith's short story, The Waiter's Wife, it's kind of hard to say. It's not an excerpt from the novel White Teeth, but it has the same characters that are in White Teeth. So if you've read the novel by Zadie Smith called White Teeth, you know the characters, but I will say this story is a little different. Okay. And in fact, there's kind of some fundamental differences in the relationships compared to what's in the novel. So you really have to read the short story just for itself. If you have the expectations of what's going to happen in terms of the novel that you've read, if indeed you've read it, you have to put those to the side. Okay, put that to the side for the purposes of examining this short story. The next question, how is Doris Lessing's short story, To Room 19, a story of failure? You can choose what sort of failure it is. And after all, Doris Lessing begins her short story with a statement about failure. But you must choose something specific and develop your argument with that as your focus. Or choose either J.M. Coetzee's Waiting for Barbarians or Kazuo Ishiguro's A Village After Dark, and how it serves as an allegory for the colonial experience of the colonizer and the colonized. So pick one of those two short stories, either one will do, and examine it really as an allegory. Okay. Waiting for Barbarians is an excerpt. I think I said it was a short story. It is not a short story. It's an excerpt from a novel. It is a clean excerpt, unlike The Waiter's Wife. Village After Dark is a short story on its own. Okay, so there's no confusion on that. The paper is due to be submitted to Canvas by Friday, August the 11th, 11:59 p.m. Be sure to follow the out-of-class essay guidelines for matters of form and style. Okay, now I know a lot of you have not been paying nearly enough attention to the out-of-class essay guidelines, and it is hurting your grade. So let's get away from the signposting. Signposting is where you say, this essay will discuss, I will be examining. Right, get away from that. As I like to say, the Nike advice, don't tell me what you're going to do, just do it. Stay away from first and second person, right? So don't say, I think, I feel, I believe. It's your paper, I know it's what you think. Stay away from the you, because that's a direct appeal to the reader, and I'm not in the paper. Use correct MLA documentation as described in the MLA for Literature class handout/video. And the MLA format handout video, which is available on Canvas, right? So you have those two handouts, you have the videos that accompany the handouts. Let's make it good, right? Let's make it clean. I'm still seeing some pretty shoddy work when it comes to documentation. If you're an English major, and most students in this class are, you need to know MLA. So get on top of it. Be sure to include a word count at the end of your essay. Remember, you must meet minimum requirements, including word count, sources, and subject. No late essays will be accepted. Please remember, this is the end of the semester. The semester is over August 11th at 11:59 p.m. Okay, the Canvas shell will shut down, or that is to say, it'll shut down in terms of not accepting work and things like that. I think you can still see things on it. But basically, that's the end of the semester. Now, your minimum requirements are the same as we've had before. No big surprises here. Roughly 1,000 to 1,400 words. I'm pretty loose on the higher end of that. If you go longer, that's fine. If you're short, that's not fine, because 1,000 words is, in my opinion, not very long. And if you're not even at 1,000 words, you haven't done the job of investigating very carefully whatever question you chose. Make sure you have citations from at least 4 different sources. One of those sources must be the primary text, meaning Waiting for Godot, or The Waiter's Wife, or To Room 19, or Waiting for Barbarians. A lot of waiting in this. I just realized that. A Village After Dark. So that's one source. Then you need at least 2 scholarly sources, such as peer-reviewed journal articles or university press books. The 4th source can be a source of your own choosing, but it still must be a credible analytical source. It must be something good, okay, not just junk. The textbook only counts as a primary text, although you may certainly use its editorial materials in your essay. And as always, you can use more than these 4 sources. You're not limited to 4. Okay, you can always go above that number. No problem there. Again, though, keeping in mind that we want quality sources always. And as I said already, MLA format and presentation and documentation. Right, let's make sure we have it all correct. Check out the handouts. There are also links to websites that talk about MLA, like Purdue OWL. These are something that are out there. They're easy to use. And there's no excuse for turning in APA format or some other hullabaloo. Okay? As always, if you have any questions, please ask. Don't hesitate to ask, all right? Get a hold of me either through email, through the Canvas inbox system. But don't just sit on your question. Make sure you ask me if you have a question. Good luck.